Yeah, Tillomatic. Maybe we'll have to put that right on here. What do you think about that, man? Of course, it's upside down, but that's okay. Yeah, we're going to use everything from this rototiller. Just about. Oh, look at our new wheels and tires, huh? Woohoo! Look at them big puppies. My daughter and son-in-law just bought a house and just moved into it, and there was an old yard trailer, a good-sized one that was left behind. It was pretty beat up, wasn't worth using for a trailer, but it's good 3/4 inch axle and some decent tires and wheels. Yeah, we're going to incorporate them into the back of this. Waste not and want not. And you can see I just, you didn't get to see me doing it, but I just cut this piece out of here because I need more room for the clutch. And you saw me taking the handlebars apart off of the old Tillomatic. Well, I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to use this piece, something like this, down in here to get me a little bit more clearance. We'll see. Hold on to your hats. Yeah, so we're going to modify it something like that. So we're going to clean up this area and down there and weld it in place. And we're going to come up with a motor mount. And I've got to do it a real little relief cut in here on the inside to clear this part of the motor because it's right up against it at the moment. But we'll just cut that out, put a little piece of flat stock in there, and we'll be good to go. Then we need bearings for our rear axle. Of course, we're going to need to extend our frame back and kick it up in the back. But we have these units here. Well, not that one. We have these units here that have bearings in them, and if I need to, I can replace the bearings. But these pillow blocks are 3/4 inch, and they'll fit right on that axle shaft. So I'm thinking something like back in here when we extend our frame back and kick it up. Then we'll have to figure out our seating arrangement once we get it a rolling chassis. Well, you can see I have my tubing tacked in place. That's all I can do because I'm running out of gas for my welder. And I won't be getting any till Saturday, I expect. Yeah, I drove it all the way from the carport down here, but it ain't got enough oomph to turn around and go back. It won't go uphill, and it had all it could do to get going coming downhill. And once it got going in first gear, the thing was ready to fly. So I have determined that the main problem I have, and I threw this chain here off first off, but then it was okay. But I have determined that my gearing is way too high, and I have never tried to figure out what my gear ratio is. And where I have 15-inch wheels in the back, and I've got a pretty small sprocket back here, that would make that puppy go pretty fast. So I think the first thing I can do, you know, you always do the simplest thing first. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cover, and yeah, my new clutch is smoking in there. That thing's blue. I'm going to take this cover off here, and I'm going to replace the top sprocket there. That would allow the transmission to turn faster and the motor to turn faster and not require as much, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, you guys. Well, it won't require quite as much oomph to get it going. That's the the untechnical way of saying it. I have to overcome and get my momentum going, you know what I mean? So right now, the two sprockets, the one on the transmission here and the one going inside the chassis, are both the same size. So if I go back to the small one on the transmission, I think that'll help the situation. And the way this thing is geared right now, wow. Like I said, once it got rolling, and I only had it in first gear, I never got it in the second or anything like that, but it wanted to fly. So, of course, it doesn't help that we have, you know, gravel driveway, which makes it harder. And my steering geometry is not exactly right, so when you're turning it, it wants to drag. And the other thing is we have a live axle, which means both rear wheels turn, so when you're going around a corner, the one on the outside of the corner is going to be scuffing while the inside one is going at normal speed, or vice versa. So they're fighting against each other, you know what I mean? So yeah, we got to go back to the drawing board again. Now if I can just get my wife to come out here and help me push this back up to the house, because it's all uphill from here, don't you know? So I did make a new holder for that idler sprocket in there, and naturally I made it out of a wrench, and it's going to be hard for you to see it. Let me see if I can twist the camera around. This is my phone, not the camera. But you can see that I have a wrench that's twisted and bent, and it comes up and it holds the sprocket there, and it seems to be working dandy. It's just to take up the slack, so it's not have a lot of torque on it, and that's on the loose side of the spring of the chain, if I could say it that way. So yeah, more to do, more fun in the shop. Okay, so here's the difference between the sprockets. The red one was on here, and the one down behind here is the same. So we're going to change our gearing, and we're going to put this one on right here, just like that. Of course, we're going to take a few links out of the chain, but that's okay. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up, shares, and all of them good things. Till next time, bye for now.